Hunter Biden isn't the only one in the political world facing legal troubles. A key witness in New Jersey Democratic Senator Bob Menendez's corruption trial took the stand for a third day. Insurance broker Jose Uribe claims he bribed the senator and his then-girlfriend to stop criminal investigations into his business associates. Menendez has pleaded not guilty, importantly, not guilty to all federal charges. Legal reporter for the Washington Post, Salvador Rizzo, joins us now from New York. Salvador, it's great to have you with us. Briefly summarize the charges against Senator Menendez and what this witness, Mr. Uribe, has shed light on, if he has.
Senator Menendez faces 16 counts in an indictment that alleges that he committed bribery, he extorted people, he committed wire fraud, he acted as a foreign agent for Egypt, and then committed obstruction of justice when he was served with subpoenas at his home in June 2022. So it's a wide-ranging indictment. This trial is now in its fifth week, and Jose Uribe, the witness who is currently testifying and will return tomorrow for a fourth day on the stand, is a linchpin of the prosecution's case. He is the only witness expected to testify that the senator and his then-girlfriend, later wife, Nadine Arslanian, knew that there was a corrupt exchange happening, agreed to it, and fulfilled their end of the bargain in exchange for the black Mercedes-Benz that Uribe says he financed for them.
And in the testimony so far, Salvador, has it been established that there was a direct understanding, that is to say, I'm going to do this and you're going to give me that?
It's a little bit more nuanced as far as Jose Uribe goes. Jose Uribe claims that he struck up a conversation, a running conversation over text messages, voicemails, in-person meetings with Nadine Arslanian, whom he knew from some time back. And Nadine wanted the car. Jose wanted Menendez to stop and kill investigations by the New Jersey insurance fraud prosecutor into several associates that could redound on him and his business. And according to what Uribe is testifying, he never discussed the car payments with Menendez, only with Nadine. But Menendez knew, according to Uribe, that his associates were in trouble, what kind of cases. And the prosecution alleges that he called up meetings with the top prosecutor in New Jersey, the attorney general at the time, to ask him to see if he could look into those cases to see if there was any discrimination against Hispanic truckers going on.
Salvador, I'm going to make a guess here. I think it's a well-founded one, that in the public's mind, the gold bars will loom large as a visual representation of what, at least in part, this case is about. Have they come up recently? Are there any part of this conversation with Mr. Uribe or other recent witnesses?
It's interesting. Uribe is not the only person who is alleged to have bribed the Menendezes. At the defense table, there's a man named Fred Davies, a New Jersey real estate developer. He's the one who's alleged to have provided 1 kilogram gold bars that you're showing on the screen right now, for a completely different set of allegations having to do with Davies requesting that Menendez stop an investigation into Davies, by New Jersey federal prosecutors, and also some allegations that Davies requested and got Menendez's help securing a lucrative deal with a state fund with ties to the Qatari royal family. But during the Uribe testimony, as I said, it's been 3 days, because he's only alleged to have given this Mercedes, which is also kind of flashy and memorable to, people and the jury. The gold bars have been sort of on a hiatus for a couple of days.
And very quickly, Salvador, is there any evidence that's been put forward before the jury that suggests that Senator Menendez made calls outside of the typical lane of a senator in matters of this kind?
Well, immediately what came to mind is prosecutors highlighting for the jury portions of Menendez's website at the time that said, our office cannot intervene in judicial cases for you, or, tell the court to act one way or another, especially, and it mentions criminal matters. So they're saying what he was doing, he was clearly broadcasting to the world and people at large that he actually couldn't do. So these were special favors that were only available to people who paid up, is what the prosecutors allege.